Here's the art of dressing well that I'm pretty sure no fashion influencer has told you before. This video isn't designed to give you little cheeky tips on how to combine colors. This is the real deal. If you understand this, you will go from an absolute newbie to an absolute G when it comes to looking good in clothes. All right, let's get into it. The first thing that you must realize, clothes look best when they aren't the point. That means when they are not priority number one. A lot of these fashion creators, fashion influencers, Instagram fashion bros, or people even on the runway, why do they never look good as this guy? Why does this guy never look good as this guy? Because the first guy, the clothes are the point. The clothes are the main thing that he's trying to say. Is like, look, this is the clothes. Even the guys on the runway, it's like that, as the clothes are the main thing. But with these other guys, the clothes are not the main thing. The clothes are the byproduct. It's the sidekick. It's the second, third, fourth, fifth priority. This is also the reason, mind you, why skaters often look good and skater culture has influenced fashion so much, is because when these guys are skating, they're wearing normal clothes, but the skating is the point. Whether they wear Dickies or whatever shirt or Supreme, like that's like secondary to the actual skating, and that's why the clothes look good, because it's in motion, it's embedded into life. This is one of the biggest things you got to understand if you want to dress well. It's very natural for you to think, oh my god, I love fashion, I love clothes, I'm gonna wear this and match it with this, and doesn't this look good? And the clothes become the point. Like, you go out thinking you're gonna wear this thing, it's never gonna look good, bro. The way to make it look good is for you to live life such that the clothes become priority number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The lower down the chain, the better. Next, clothes look best when they are worn to fuck. I don't mean they're worn to make sexual relations. I mean they are worn to the hell and back. They've been worn and worn and worn and worn, and it's almost molded to your body. That's when clothes look good, because that signals that you're not caring that much about the clothes. The way the fabric loosens when you wash it multiple times because you've worn it so many times. The way you don't care about it because you know how it fits, you're used to it, and it just molds to your body. And when you go into that state where you've just worn it so many times so it's almost part of your skin, that's really when clothes start to look good. Contrary to that, if you just ordered your new little t-shirt, new little shirt, you wore it and it's all stiff, it's got these like crease marks because you've just unfolded it, and it's super clean, and the neckline's all super tight, and you're like, look at my fresh, like, ugh. You look like a tool because it's not molded to your body. The Japanese have a word for this. It's called wabi-sabi, the beauty that comes from time passing, and it's really, really applicable when it comes to clothes. This is why sometimes clothes that have been handed down, vintage clothes, secondhand clothes, will look good on you because they naturally have been softened up. Same with leather stuff, shoes. That's not to say never wear new stuff, but understand this thing. Even with new things, the more times you wear it, the more you will feel at ease in them as the fabric softens and molds to your body. Next, it doesn't really come from the clothes themselves. Now wait, of course, clothes matter. What you wear does matter, but it matters much less than the lifestyle and the experiences that are coming out of you. When Thierry Henry, when Paolo Maldini, when they wear clothes that are made out of nylon, that are kind of like sporty stuff, and they got their little sporty thing inside of their sock, and they're just walking around, they look good because the natural way in which they have lived their life as sports people, it just fits them. It just fits how they've lived, what they've thought about, what they thought, how they feel, how they move. That's why it looks good. So there's a certain thing that comes out of one's lifestyle and upbringing that will come out in the way that they dress. If you've never ever lived in some kind of situation where you listen to like music, you were never a big music person, and suddenly you dress all in these vintage band tees because now that's popping, you're not going to have the same kind of effect and power and aura as somebody that genuinely has been living that life. Does that make sense to you? So what does that mean? It's that, you know, as if you're somebody that's just having fun, leaning into different trends and learning about different fashion stuff, go ahead, try different things, wear the band tees. You know, you don't have to be an expert to wear certain things. Just go for it and experiment. But understand that the way you live your life and the experiences that you've had, that's really what's going to come out, and it's going to make you look really good. Next, movement, posture, personality matters more than fits, silhouettes, and colors. Now, if you watch every fashion video of all these fashion influencers, what are they talking about? They're talking about, oh, it's going to fit this way, the silhouette has to be this way, and the colors that go with these colors. I mean, I've made certain videos like that myself, by the way. They're really good, so you can check them out. But you really understand that that actually matters less than the way you move, the way you speak, your personality, the way you are, and also just generally how you carry yourself. This matters much more. And you can see this in your social circle. You can see this in celebrities. Mannequins have no movement, so they never look as good. The runway models, they don't actually look that good because the point of the runway model is to display the clothes. So yes, they walk confidently. Yes, they show the silhouette and all these kind of things, but you never look at them and you're like, wow, like amazing. I want to look like, you don't do that. But you get that feeling when you, I don't know, watch a rock star, when you watch a movie, when you see a sports star, you get that because they have movement, they have personality, and they have the posture that goes with it. Understand that this actually matters more than exactly what you wear. And if you have the movement, the posture, and the personality, then it's gonna make whatever you're wearing look 10 times better. I want to focus a little bit in on this. So what does it mean? It actually matters how you move. So let me give you an example. If you play soccer, there's a certain way that guys that play football well walk, and there's a certain way they touch the ball, such that if you played football, you could see in like 5 to 10 seconds of them touching the ball, like whether they play pretty well or not. And it's a subtle thing that if you didn't play the sport, you probably could never tell. And I'm sure there's a lot of these other tells in lots of different fields, whether it's violin or climbing or jiu-jitsu. Just the way that they do the first few things, you can tell instantly whether they're good or not. Do you get what I'm talking about? Don't think about soccer. Think about whatever it is that you're good at. You can just tell instantly. The same thing is in fashion, in just the way that you move. If you wear really, really good silhouette, fits, and colors, and you kind of walk weird, your posture just caved in, and you're not wearing the clothes, you're kind of just like waddling along, you're just not going to look good. But if you walk in a way, in a certain way that we can't just describe into words, that's kind of relaxed, that is kind of unbothered, that just kind of, it flows with the clothes, that's when it looks good. It matters how you move. It matters how you walk. Understand this. There's no right or wrong formula necessarily, because you can have a weird walk but still look really good. So it depends on the lifestyle, it depends on all the context, but understand that these things matter more than the fits, the silhouettes, the color combos. Next, a certain level of time and money has to be spent in order for you to end up at a place where you dress well. Nowadays, we live in a situation where, you know, you just go to the cheapest place that has the same kind of design and you just slap these things together, and you're like, you see one guy, you see a couple videos, you're like, I'm gonna get this one from here, combine it, and I look good. I've tried that. I never look good like that. And the reason is because just like any skill, fashion and dressing well and looking good is actually also a skill. Don't listen to all these people that are like, oh my God, you know, you're born with this style. A lot of people that dress well or are stylish, they spend a lot of time and money and effort into curating how they look. They've gone through a lot of cringy moments, a lot of failed outfits, a lot of tries, a lot of clothes of different quality have been draped over their bodies for them to know this kind of fit fits me well. This kind of cropped length goes well. This kind of shoe looks good on me. They've gone and spent the time and spent the money. Don't try to take these shortcuts. Don't try to say, I just want to learn these few tricks that are going to make me look amazing in the shortest amount of time. It's very, very tempting. But just like I always say in my fitness videos, to get really good at something, it takes time. And it's the same thing with dressing well. So make mistakes, spend a bit of money, and make those failed purchases that you'd never end up wearing. Overpay for that t-shirt and realize that it's better, or that it wasn't better. All of that time and effort and money that you spend in this field is going to make you dress better. Patience and time passing in your own love for this area is what's missing, is what you need to become a better dressed person. Don't get this to mean that like I've kind of gone through this stage and reached this point where I'm fully wide. Like, look at me, I'm just dressed in some most basic shirt, right? So, you know, but these are some of the lessons that I'm learning as I'm going. Next, now if you realize why homeless people, babies, and old people look really good. Maybe homeless people, some people will disagree with me, but if you look at babies, sometimes when babies are dressed, they look really good, right? And then like super old people, sometimes like Korean grandpas or some of these grandpas, they look really good. The reason for this is because they have let go. They have just let go of the need to look good. In Korea, we call this 내려놓기, which literally means to lay down, to put down this stick that's up your ass, where you're trying to look good and cool and fashionable and stylish. Babies don't know any better, so they don't have that. Old people are like, well, that was all bullshit anyway, so they've let it down. And homeless people, I mean, they got nothing to give a shit about, so they've let it down. So the clothes just look good. This is one of the secrets that you must understand in order to dress well. I can't remember where I heard this, but I think it's maybe Coco Chanel said this, or somebody said this, that before you leave the house, leave one item. What that literally means is when you were getting dressed in the mirror, you probably got a little bit too excited and put on like too many things. Like you wore the hat and the sunglasses and the ring. Like I'll do that, like a fashion newbie will do that, right? We'll do one too many things because you're like, this is cool, and then this is cool, and this is fucking cool. It's not. When they say take one and just leave it, that's innately taking into the fact that you probably overdid it. You probably, in your attempt, in your ego, in your subtle little thing to be approved and validated by other people, and them looking at you and thinking you're cool, you've chosen that extra little thing and then you've gone over the top. You've given away the rabbit. All right, leave that thing, just lay it down. It's showing that you want to let go of this feeling of constantly trying to impress other people. Now, in some senses, fashion, dressing well, why do we dress in these different colors? It wouldn't make sense on a desert island just by yourself. You wouldn't wear shirts and ties. We do respect the fact that in some sense it is for the other person. It is to be looked at. But there is this sense in which when you lay things down, when you let it go, you're just going to look much, much better. Next, experience and interest is the only way to get good at it. Just like anything, if you have interest in dressing well and you're constantly trying things and learning new things and then failing and getting random outfits that don't work, you're still loving it, right? There's an innocence in your pursuit of this thing called style and fashion. You just go at it like a child that loves a sport might, or somebody who just gets into their new favorite hobby might get interested in it. And over time, you gather experience. And that's how you actually become better dressed. For you to actually dress well, you got to go through a lot of failure. It's an absolute necessity. You got to go through a lot of cringe, got to go through a lot of failed outfits, and a lot of clothes have to have gone on and off your body for you to eventually reach a point where you actually know what looks good for you. And it's constantly changing. Don't take this stuff too seriously. I just could be getting a bunch of requests to make a fashion video. So here's a good old attempt at it. Let me know if you liked it or if you want to see more. And by the way, if you want to build a body that will make all clothes look good, there are certain bodies that if you're lean, if you're aesthetic, it's going to make clothes look 2 times better than if you were fat and chubby. That's just the raw, hard truth. If you're not offended by that, then you can check out my training program below, Aesthetic Body Blueprint, which is the simplest, easiest, laziest way to build a body that looks good in clothes. You'll be surprised at how easy it is. And if you're just like, you know what, do this whole thing with me, just teach me how to do it. I want to work directly with you, Wanhee, every week. Then you can apply for my coaching program. I'll show you how to install my training and diet system into your life that's going to make you look good without clothes, but also with clothes. That said, I'll wrap it up. See you in the next video. Bye.